Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my favorite highlighters and bronzers. Now this video was actually requested a long time ago through my Instagram, and I tried to search through my DMs to see who requested it, but I could not find it. For whoever it was, this one is for you, and thank you so much for your request. I do feel like I want to start a mini series around my favorites because I do have a lot of favorites in each category, like foundations or concealers, things like that. But for today, this is the highlighter and bronzer edition. So if you guys are interested to see my favorite highlighters and bronzers, then just keep on watching. So I'm gonna start with highlighters, and first up is the Cover FX The Perfect Light Highlighting Powder. Now this highlighter is not for those who like a beaming in-your-face highlighter. This is not gonna do that for you. It's hard to describe because it looks so beautiful on the skin. There's no shimmer or anything to it. It just looks like healthy, beautiful, glowing skin. I will say that this highlighter is one of those perfect examples that you cannot trust all swatches, because this actually swatches terribly. Like, it turned me off when I swatched it, and I know that it has probably turned so many people off because it almost feels like kind of chalky, and the way that it swatches is just like, I don't know if you guys see that, but it looks chalky on the skin, like swatched. And Cover FX should actually give that warning, like, hey, this doesn't swatch the best, but trust us, it looks amazing on the skin. I talked about it in my Cover FX full face video, but it's so beautiful on the skin. Like, I really cannot say that enough. And yeah, it is in my favorites because when I don't want to go for a super highlighted look, I'll just reach for this if I even wear highlight at all. So next is my Makeup Forever Pro Light Fusion, and this highlighter is so beautiful. I have not used this one in a long time, but it is one of my favorites. It is the most beautiful gold color, and it does give that wet appearance on the skin. And I've had this highlighter forever, and I have used it a lot, and it is just not even really making a dent. I mean, I don't know if you guys see that. Like, I've used quite a bit of it, but still, like, it's just a highlighter that never ends. I love this especially in the summertime. Most of my gold highlighters I love using in the summertime when I have more of a tan, but this one really is like a wet, beautiful, just golden, pretty beaming. If you like a beaming highlighter, this will be beaming on you. It's just all around a beautiful highlighter. I love this one. And also, Makeup Forever is one of those brands that just gets drowned out by all the other brands, but this is such a wonderful brand. Like, I highly, highly, highly recommend the entire brand. There's nothing I've tried from this line or this brand that I have not liked. So everything Makeup Forever, amazing. So next up is the Dose of Colors Chasing the Sun highlighter, and this is a part of the Desi and Katie Round 2 collaboration, and this highlighter right here is stunning. This is actually the one that I'm wearing today, and it just never fails. This one doesn't emphasize texture. It is so smooth, and it's one of those golds that actually looks good on my complexion year round, because some golds just are a little too dark on my complexion, but this one is beautiful. As far as I knew, this was a highlighter that was limited edition, but I am so happy that you can still get this on ultabeauty.com. If you're someone who loves highlighters, get this one, because this is a beautiful highlighter to add to your collection, and it really just does no wrong. I love this highlighter everywhere. This highlighter is so beautiful. All right, and next is a highlighter that I've actually used recently that I had abandoned for a really long time, and that is my Nars highlighting powder in Ibiza. And this is one of those golds that can kind of be a little too dark for me when I'm at my like lightest, which is like deep into the wintertime. But as I'm starting to get a little bit of that color back, this highlighter looks so beautiful. This is definitely one of those highlighters that looks wet. This actually reminds me a lot of the Dose of Colors highlighter, but it's a little bit deeper. It's a really rich kind of golden tone, but oh my god, this highlighter right here looks stunning. It swatches beautifully. It looks good on the skin. It's not like glitter or anything on the skin. It's just like so smooth, and it looks like it's a part of your skin. It's just beautiful. Like, it's just one of those highlighters that just It's gorgeous. And next up is Becca's Pressed Shimmering Skin Perfector. This is in the shade Opal, which is one of my favorite shades. This is like one of the only highlighters I have ever hit pan on. And I've had this for years though. Like, I should probably just get a new one. But Becca, as far as I'm concerned, they are the glow authority. Like, they do highlighters so well. Becca is what I consider like a OG highlighter. Like, there's a lot of highlighters that have come and that are beautiful, and you know, there's so many brands that have amazing highlighters, but like the Becca highlighters are like the OG highlighters, you know? And I especially love that Becca's highlighters you can actually get in travel size now. So I think what they offer in travel size is Opal and Champagne Pop, which are their two best-selling shades, so that makes sense. So that's something to look into if you're someone who knows you're not gonna go through a whole pan of their highlighters. All right, and last but not least of the highlighters is my Fenty Beauty highlighters, and I have 3 different kinds that I just grouped together here. But the first is the Duo, and this is Mean Money Hustler Baby, and this is another highlighter that I have hit pan on, at least the subtle side I've hit pan on. But the formulation of these are really good, and I find that just the highlighters as a whole are very consistent. Like, you don't miss out on quality with any of their highlighters, whether it be a different color or like the Duo, the single. I mean, they're just all formulated so well. I just love the way that all of them look. The only single one that I have is What a Brat, and this one I really love. I still use this one. My favorite way to wear it is on the eyes and the cheeks. My favorite Fenty Beauty highlighter, hands down, is definitely the Diamond Veil. This one is just such a unique formula. The best way I know how to describe this is like dancing diamonds on your skin. This makes the best eyeshadow topper too. That's probably one of my favorite ways to wear this, just to top like whatever eyeshadow. If it's not doing enough, I just put this on and it's like doing the most. So I really do hope that they make more in this Diamond Veil lineup, because this is just so beautiful. I can picture this in like a gold form, because this is kind of like a pearl kind of glitter. But if they make this in like gold, this right here is a must-have. All right, and now for bronzers. So for these, I'm not gonna go into too much detail because, I mean, they're bronzers. They all warm up the skin all the same, but you know, there are some differences. But anyways, so first up is MAC's Mineralized Skinfinish in Dark Deep, and this is not marketed as a bronzer, but I use it as a bronzer. One of my favorite YouTubers, Sandra Deluxe, she uses this all the time as a bronzer for her skin, and it looks so beautiful on her. So many years ago I bought this and I used it the very same way, and I've loved it ever since. This is actually my second one, and this one is actually hitting pan. So yeah, this is like just one of my no-brainer bronzers that I just like throw on. I don't use it on any of my videos, but I do use this bronzer all the time, or as a bronzer all the time. I think I love it so much because the Mineralized Skinfinish is just a face powder, so it just looks the most like skin. So it just kind of melts into your skin when you use this as a bronzer. And yeah, I mean, I can't get enough of this. It really is so beautiful to use as a bronzer. Next up is my Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion. This one I haven't used in a really long time, but mainly because I don't even think I can use this anymore. Like, you guys see how gross this looks. Like, that's just, I just need to replace this. But as you can see, I really love this product. It's waterproof, which is amazing. This is my go-to bronzer for the summertime. I really can't say enough good things about this bronzer. I will say it's a very unique formula, so you have to use a very specific brush. I find that the only brush that works when I use this bronzer is my MAC 135 brush. You don't have to get this brush, but a brush like this is what you're gonna need to use with this bronzer, because nothing else is gonna pick it up the same because of the way the formula is on this. So keep that in mind if you're interested. This bronzer is one of those that looks just like skin as well, and it lasts all day. That's like my favorite thing about it. It just lasts all day on the skin. I keep saying I'm gonna replace this, and I just don't, but seriously, after this video, I'm probably gonna put an order in for this, because I do need this bronzer for the summertime because of how well it holds up on my skin, like no matter what's going on. So yeah. All right, next up is my Becca Sunlit bronzer, and this bronzer is really beautiful. Again, Becca's the glow authority, so This bronzer, it doesn't have glitter or shimmer in it. It just is like a very subtle glow. So it gives like that bronze sheen on the skin. Really, really beautiful. If you do like more of a glow like all over, then you'll really love this bronzer because it just adds that perfect bronzed glow. Next up is my Chanel Healthy Glow Sheer Color Powder. And this is another product that is not marketed as a bronzer, but I use it as a bronzer. I actually bought this because of Alyssa Ashley. She uses this product as a bronzer and it looks so beautiful on her, so I decided to give it a try, and it is one of my favorite products to use as a bronzer. It is heavily fragrance though, so if you're not into fragrance, then you're not gonna like this at all, but I don't mind the fragrance at all. What's cool is this actually has SPF 15 in there, so you're getting a little bit of protection as you wear it. This is a really nice powder for the same reasons why the Mineralized Skinfinish is nice, because it really just becomes one with your skin. Like it blends into your foundation just really nicely because it is a sheer color powder. You guys have seen this powder before. I use this every now and again, but I really like to reserve this for special occasions. But I would say you don't really need this. Like, it's one of my favorites, but there's so many other like amazing bronzers, so it's just a little fancy. And next up is the Fenty Beauty Sun Stalker bronzer. This bronzer is very new to me, but it's already one of my favorites. Everything about this bronzer I really love. I love the formula, I love the color, I love that it's buildable. Not gonna go into detail with this bronzer just because I just did a review video on it, but I really do enjoy everything about this bronzer, and it is one that I've been reaching for a lot lately. It's the one I have on today. So if you are someone that, you know, you're just getting into bronzers, this is definitely a good starting point. And last but not least is the Guerlain Terracotta, the bronzing powder, and this is in the shade 09 Intense. Now, if I had to rank all of these bronzers that I just talked about, this one would be number one. I don't know what it is about this, but it just looks the most beautiful on my skin. It is the warmest bronzer I have. And Guerlain is a lot like Becca in the sense, like Becca's the glow authority, Guerlain is like the bronze authority. Their bronzers are literally iconic. I've had this one for actual years, and I'm telling you guys, I use this all the time and there is no pan. Like, I don't think I'll ever hit pan on this. I don't know why they last so long, but they do. But this bronzer is just so gorgeous. Even when I'm shuffling through different bronzers, this one is always my go-to. And that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this favorites video. If you did, please be sure to give me a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and check out my other videos while you're here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys. Use the hell out of this primer. I mean, not primer, what? Primers, I mean, why do I keep saying primers? Best-selling primers. Highlighters, why do I keep saying primers, what? Okay, get it together. Shut up, dog. Whose dog is that?